Comic fans, welcome. It is Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. Hope everyone's doing well, staying safe and sound in the wild year that has been 2020. Of course, 2020 has been kind of a rough year for me with new books, but this time I got a new one from my one of my favorite Canadian writers, probably my favorite Canadian writer, one of the ultimate wizards of the comic book industry, Jeff Lemire. We have Royal City. This is the complete collection, oversized hardcover from Image Comics, collecting Jeff Lemire's entire 14-issue run on the title Royal City. Very excited to talk about this. We are going to look at the book, look at the binding, look at the table of contents, look at the content itself, along with the bonus material, all that fun stuff with the nice overhead camera as we do. But before we get started, I do want to let you all know it's a good time to subscribe if you haven't already. This is what we do: overviews, new hauls, custom binds, live streams, all that fun stuff. If you haven't already seen that I'm wearing a nice THC shirt, this is our old logo. Of course, we do have a new logo that we are making some new merch with, so look forward to that. Matt got a new shirt and a hoodie recently and a mug. Check that out on our Instagram. Very exciting stuff going on there. All sorts of colors to choose from, all that. Once we have 10K subscribers, we're going to have that at the bottom of the videos here. It's going to be dope. But until then, all we got is hitting us up via email down in the description below. If you're interested in winning a hardcover comic every month, having the opportunity to anyway, for as little as $1 a month on our Patreon, link is right there, right in front of me, yo. You can win an omnibus. Deluxe editions or an absolute edition. Last month, our winner won 3 deluxe editions. Very cool stuff. But like I said, guys, we got a new Jeff Lemire complete collection, oversized hardcover. I'm very excited. Lots of Lemire stuff coming out this year, especially this Q4, man. I mean, between Black Hammer, Royal City, Descender. I think not Descender. What am I saying? Sorry, guys. That was a while ago. But a lot of Jeff Lemire stuff coming out soon. That's very exciting. So let's dive into Royal City. Alrighty, taking a look at the hardcover itself now. Image Comics, I mean, they make really nice hardcovers. Graphic design, of course, on the whole thing. No dust jacket, none of that stuff. But yeah, I really like it. All of this whole book is very much focused on Jeff Lemire's artwork. Nice little cover. Take a look at the spine. Nice, clean, crisp. Love the red. Got a little synopsis on the back about what's going on in the storyline. Little blurb from IGN, but I'm looking at $45 US. I think that's pretty much the Canadian price I picked it up for on Amazon. So you're getting, like I said, 14 issues here in oversized hardcover format. Start flipping through the book here. I like the design. I like it's it's very Jeff Lemire style. A little depressing, with the watercolors and all that. And the general vibe of the story is not necessarily one that will make you very happy on it as you read it. But it is Jeff Lemire doing what he does best, writing about family, writing about the human struggle, the struggle of just trying to figure out what to do in life. You basically follow the Pike family. So there's various members of it: Pat, Richie, Tara, Patty, a bunch of characters, or you have a few siblings, and Tommy, of course. You have a few siblings, and I'll take a brief moment here to say I've only read about 6 issues at this point, so I can't even spoil much if I wanted to. But it follows the Pike family, and you get to see the various members come home after their father suffers from a stroke. They come home to Royal City, which is this city that pretty much has stopped in time. Really, the only thing happening in the city is they have this factory that employs most of the people there, and that's sort of their bread and butter, right? Is this factory. So what happens is you follow this Pike family, each individual member within the family, and they're all, as Jeff Lemire writes, they're all relatively flawed characters. They all have something good going for them, but they also have a lot of problems that are, wearing down their life. And you sort of start learning about what's happened to the family over the years, what's happened to Tommy, what's happened to Richie, to Pat, all these characters. Pat is a writer who's used his family's past, for personal gain to write his own stories. Tara's a woman who's trying to get something new developed within the city. that may or may not have something to do with the factory. And then you've got Richie, who's sort of a deadbeat, works at the factory, who's he likes to gamble, he likes to get drunk, have a good time. Throughout the whole book, like I said, you're looking at Jeff Lemire artwork. So if you're not a fan of his style of art, then it's not going to be for you. I personally love his artwork. I can get past the jagged edges of it and the sort of the lack of extreme detail. I think it works really well for this book. The book does get sort of supernatural in some way or another. A lot of it's weird. It's weird. It uses Jeff Lemire uses supernatural things so well because it doesn't necessarily completely remove it from the nonfiction aspect of the story and the way he looks at the world and the characters. But overall, if you look at it, you're like, yeah, there's people floating and stuff like that. It's fantastic. It's great. Like I said, it's not necessarily the most upbeat kind of book. It does kind of wear you down a little bit, but it's great. It's great. It's something. It's a very realistic story. I mean, it's a very very realistic story in terms of people dealing with problems within their life and within their families, and coming to grips with their past and events that have happened in their past. It's very interesting. What's really cool too is you do also get to go to the past in this story, so you're not just dealing with the present when everyone is an adult. You get to see them when they were younger as well, and to see what happened to this family that led these characters to the position they're in now. Very very fascinating stuff. You can take a look at the binding here. It's very well done. It's a nice image book. They do a great job of putting these books together. I never worry about image books kind of falling apart, at least the ones that I've picked up. So let's take a quick look at the back material here. A lot of fun stuff. Some promo art. You get to see Jeff Lemire's planning process to some degree. Really cool stuff as well. If you're a fan of his art, this is icing on top. Not icing on top, the cherry on top, I should say. Icing and the cherry. But yeah, you get to see some really cool promo art, a lot of sketches, pencils, progress pages. I think there's a couple pages worth of script in here as well, logo work, stuff like that. A nice decent chunk of bonus content in the back of this Image Deluxe. What's really cool too is throughout the story, Jeff Lemire mentions these top 10 bands. And what's really cool is each issue he sort of made a mixtape for. So if you want to listen to some music while you're reading the issue, you got some suggestions from Jeff Lemire. It's really cool. I believe this series came out in 2016, so it's not too old, but it's obviously not one of the newest Jeff Lemire series like Gideon Falls, Family Tree, all these other fantastic titles he's working on. But that's it. We're gonna wrap it up here. I'm not gonna show my face again because I mean, who wants to see that thing, that ugly mug? But please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hoping to get some a bunch of more new books throughout this the rest of this year. So if you're interested in overviews like this, be sure to check us out more frequently. If you're interested, we do have a Patreon where for as little as $1 a month, you have the opportunity to win a hardcover comic. Last month, our winner got 3 deluxe editions. Very exciting stuff there. But yeah, I wish you all the very best. Hope everyone's doing well. And if you're not, like always, I wish you a speedy and excellent recovery. And until next time, as always, this was Mike from the Hardcover Comic. You stay classy, Internet.